Welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live, everyone. After disclosing a 9.2% stake in Twitter, Elon Musk has also joined the board of directors at the social media giant and posted a new poll, which has Wall Street wondering if monetizable user experience updates may be rolled out soon. Here with more, we got to bring into the chat Jason Hefstein, who is the Oppenheimer & Co. head of internet research. Jason, great to have you here with us today. First and foremost, when you think about how this might change the rating or price targets on Twitter, having Elon Musk as one of the board members, does it change the calculus for analysts who cover this company?
I'm not sure it's going to change. I mean, we did see, I think, one downgrade today on the strains, but overall, I think people will probably wait to see if there's actually any change. So what could that change be? Potentially a change in policy around content. It could be a change in management, but my guess is you probably won't see anybody, take a more positive view until we see what the outcome of Mr. Musk taking his board seat is.
And you can't help but draw comparisons with Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post, obviously a sort of another media mouthpiece. How might this be different, though, especially given the fast-paced nature, as well as some of the consequences that can come from a tweet, especially from Elon Musk?
Yeah, and in the United States, I think there's always been kind of a history of wealthy individuals supporting media and kind of protecting the, freedom of the press, the legacy of media, et cetera. This is, I think, this is some bit the same, some bit a little different. I think Mr. Musk has been an active user of Twitter and had certain views on how the product may have not specifically done what he thought it should do. Is this a way to kind of influence change at the company? We will see. Again, I think it's important to distinguish. I think it's important that media stays independent of ownership, right? The idea that, the editor of a newspaper, whoever is in charge of, deciding the editorial content is independent. Twitter historically was not supposed to be edited. It was supposed to be an open platform for people to share information. However, there are rules of engagement, and I think really that's the point of disagreement, perhaps, on where do you draw the lines of the rules of engagement on Twitter.
Speaking of edited, Elon's tweet yesterday about "Do you want an edit" button has been liked 255,000 times, with 74% of the respondents saying yes. But what are the changes that the investment community has been calling for? Are there rumored things that people would like to see Twitter do besides an edit button? Because they have a goal for 100 million additional users by the end of 2023.
So if you look at the users, which they disclose on a quarterly basis, it's been decelerating. While at the same time, they've talked a lot about the product changes they've made, changes around topics, trying to make Twitter easier to use. So the question is, A, are the product changes not working? B, are the product changes bringing new users, but then some of the legacy users are no longer there or have abandoned the platform? And why would those legacy users abandon the platform? Is it because of content decisions that the platform is making that might alienate some content creators or some consumers of Twitter? So look, I think the ball to some extent is back in the company's court. They do have cohort data they could share with investors. Here's how many users we have that were still with us from 3 years ago. Here's how many kind of net new users we have. We will see. I don't think Mr. Musk is doing this just to make a quick buck. I think he actually wants to see some change, and we'll see with one board seat, can he actually make that change?
Twitter shares have struggled to maintain any type of significant growth above these $45 levels that we've seen early on in their life as a publicly traded company, I might add as well. And even here today, as we were taking a look at shares, okay, yeah, we crept into $50 a share, but also you think more broadly in history as how Twitter has needed to either take on cash in different mechanisms one way or another, or even going forward from here, where they could add on to the shareholder value. Should shareholders be more optimistic about Elon Musk engaging in this new capacity with Twitter?
Look, I think a dialogue is healthy if Twitter is alienating right-leaning views, and that's hurting engagement, and that can be discussed in the open. Perhaps there can be some changes that would help the company maintain, keep, grow users. Because at the end of the day, platforms are only as valuable as the number of users they have and how long they're on the platform.